we're back. This is Elliott Serrano and Jose Melendez coming to you from Dreamland Comics in Schaumburg, Illinois, here on the Comic Culture Warrior YouTube channel. We are now at Last Rants, and Last Rants is where Jose and I kind of wrap things up, either revisiting old topics or going into something new. And actually, we do want to revisit an old topic. It was a topic from our last series of segments because it was requested by a few. After we did our review of the Entertainment Weekly's top 20 heroes and villains,
which kind of sucked.
Which we thought kind of, we would come up with our own. And I actually gave it some thought. I actually made an interesting discovery in trying to come up with my list. You came up with your own list?
Yes.
Okay.
And all right, I'm going to preface this right now. The list that I made, and probably the one that he made, this is not the definitive list.
No.
This is our list. This is, everything that all the people who I listed and characters I listed on my list are in some way, shape, or form in my life, in my own personal way.
Right.
It have affected me, and this is what I think.
When I was making my list, not only was I thinking about how it affected me, but also, with apologies to our international viewers, thinking a lot of how they influenced American culture here in the United States.
Well, that was one of the things that I did is that EW, the Entertainment Weekly one, was mostly American pop culture.
Right.
So, and really, in mine, I tried to encompass just pop culture in general.
Right. So, let's say for this first segment, I want to go through... Do we want to do top 10 or 20? Because I did...
Well, let's just do it. I mean, we have plenty of time.
Well, I have my top 20 heroes. Mm-hmm. And what I tried to do, and this was the interesting thing, I tried, because I said, why couldn't you find an equal number of male heroes and female heroes? And here was the interesting thing. And I was polling several female friends and coworkers to give me their top female heroes. Mm-hmm. I was astounded at how difficult it was for even females to come up with their top heroes. Which just goes to show, really, how it's only more recently that the female character has been given a lot of attention.
In America.
In America, at least, right. So I'm going to give you my top 10 male heroes and female heroes. And in top 10 male heroes, number 1 was Superman. Number 2, Spider-Man. Number 3, Zorro. Number 4, and this one... What was the name of Bruce Lee's character in Enter the Dragon?
I don't remember.
The Dragon. I mean, because he was kind of like the man with no name in some cases. I know he had a name, but I couldn't remember. But the character that Bruce Lee played in Enter the Dragon and all those Bruce Lee films, those martial arts films that were imported to the United States back in the 70s. Mm-hmm. That was number 4. Luke Skywalker, number 5. Robin Hood, number 6. Doc Savage, the original pulp hero who preceded all the other superheroes, number 7. Ultraman, the Japanese superhero, number 8. Sherlock Holmes, number 9. And number 10, one of the original superheroes, we're talking dating way back to early pre-Christian times, Samson of the Bible. So those are my top 10 superheroes, male heroes. My top 10 female heroes: Wonder Woman, Buffy, Ellen Ripley, Nancy Drew, Jean Grey as the Phoenix, Sydney Bristow, Xena Warrior Princess, Kara Thrace, Starbuck from Battlestar Galactica, Supergirl, and this one's tough, and people are going to laugh, Charlie's Angels.
The original Charlie's.
The original Charlie's Angels, not the Drew Barrymore, Lucy Liu, Cameron Diaz film. Talk about the original Charlie's Angels. The reason I included them is because
who didn't have that Farrah Fawcett poster up on the wall?
Who didn't have that Farrah Fawcett poster for one? But when you watch those old Charlie's Angels episodes, these were women who were using their sexuality to foil men. Mm-hmm. And that was unheard of in that time, especially in the early 70s when that show came out. Women portrayed as very strong and intelligent and self-driven and trying to get over on men as opposed to the other way around. So that was my list. And Xena Warrior Princess had a... I was surprised that EW didn't have them.
Yeah, that is kind of weird.
Xena had a tremendous impact, especially not only in the United States but internationally. And, I almost put... I probably should have put Phoenix Jean Grey closer to the top of the list. Because when you consider right now, first, Jean Grey, really the most powerful, one of the most popular all-time characters in the Marvel Universe. And if without Jean Grey and the Phoenix and the Dark Phoenix, you don't have the whole Dark Anything movement. You don't have your Dark Avengers today. Which is why, that I think that character deserves recognition as a top female hero. You have a list?
I do.